You have Google, you have YouTube, you have AI. Today, you can learn almost anything with a single search. So let me ask you a question. Why do smart people still need a guru? In fact, why did Arjuna, one of the greatest warriors in history, need Krishna? He was brave, he was trained, he was respected, he knew right from wrong. Yet, when the biggest decision of his life stood before him, he completely broke down. Why? Because intelligence has a limitation. It can solve difficult problems, but it can often fail to see its own. And that may be the greatest reason a guru exists. Namaste. Welcome back to the Think Vedic channel. Never in human history have we had access to so much knowledge. Want to learn a new language? Thousands of free lessons. Want to become fit? Millions of videos. Want to understand investing, meditation, psychology, or philosophy? Everything is one click away. Yet, look around. People know more than ever, but many also feel more confused than ever. Most of us already know we should exercise, we should sleep on time, we should control our anger, spend less time on our phones, listen more, judge less. If knowledge alone changes people, the world would already be full of wise human beings. Clearly, something is missing. Let me ask you another question. Who is the hardest person for you to judge objectively? It's not your boss, nor your friend, nor your neighbor. It is you yourself. A surgeon never performs surgery on himself. A lawyer usually doesn't fight his own cases. Even experienced psychologists often seek therapy from another psychologist. Why? Because the closer the problem is to you, the harder it becomes to see clearly. We easily notice someone else's ego, but rarely our own. We quickly recognize another person's excuses, but justify our own. This is the human conditioning. Our greatest blind spot is ourselves. This is exactly what makes the Bhagavad Gita so extraordinary. Arjuna did not lack knowledge. He knew warfare, he knew duty, he knew the consequences of the battle. Yet, standing between the two armies, his clarity disappeared. He wanted to run away. Notice what Krishna doesn't do. He doesn't say, "Don't think, just follow me." He doesn't fight the battle on Arjuna's behalf. He doesn't demand blind obedience. He asks questions. He challenges Arjuna's assumptions. He helps him see what fear and attachment had hidden, and only after restoring Arjuna's clarity, Krishna leaves the final decision to him. That is the role of a true guru. Not someone who makes decisions for you, someone who helps you see clearly enough to make your own. Today, many people misunderstand the word guru. Some think it means blind faith, others think it means giving up your freedom, but that is not how the Hindu tradition understands a guru. The word itself is deeply meaningful. Gu means darkness, Ru means the one who removes it. A guru removes darkness, not the darkness of the room, the darkness of confusion. A true guru doesn't replace your intelligence. A true guru refines it. A true guru doesn't ask you to stop questioning. He teaches you to question more deeply. The goal is never dependence. The goal is wisdom, because the highest teacher is not the one who creates followers. It is the one who creates free and discerning human beings. Perhaps that's why every civilization honored genuine teachers, not because people were incapable of thinking, but because no one can completely see their own blind spots. The wisest person is not the one who says, "I already know everything." The wisest person is the one who says, "Help me see what I cannot see myself." That is exactly what Arjuna did. Before becoming victorious, he first became a student. And perhaps that's the greatest lesson of the Guru tradition. A guru does not make you weaker. A guru helps you become wise enough to no longer depend on anyone for your inner clarity. If this video made you think differently about the importance of guru, share it with families, educators, parents, and young Hindus around the world.